catch up with the late runners, finish the special and set off again tomorrow morning. It's just not the same Dakar, but that's part of the race.
Chabot is now 27th overall, nearly 10 hours off the rally lead. Stage 10 looms for the cars. Nice to see Nasser Al Attiyah and Stefan Petterhansel looking relaxed and friendly before their contest resumes on this stage where navigation would prove tricky. Fernando Alonso looked a little over-ambitious with speed and angle of approach to this dune. That was a big roll, 2 full rotations. Luckily lands on all 4 wheels, got going again, but damage sustained in the crash meant the F1 legend and Dakar savvy co-driver Mark Comer had to stop again to remove the broken windscreen. Full SSV mode for the rest of the stage. That's Alonso's compatriot Nani Roma, stopped with gearbox problems on his new Borg Ward. Last year's runner-up is currently 11 hours back in 33rd. Starting the day in second by only 24 seconds, the worst stage so far for Nasser Al Attiyah. The Toyota crew got lost, did an extra 20k to find the right way, losing nearly 18 minutes. And if they'd planned to make it back up in the second half of the stage, well, it was neutralised at the midpoint due to sandstorms affecting support crew.
Nothing over, you know, but still long way tomorrow, 80-kilometer sand dunes like this, you know. I think it will be difficult for everybody, and Carlos Open, and yeah, it will be not easy, but okay. Today a little bit disappointed.
Having won yesterday's stage, Stefan Petterhansel struggled as road opener. In fact, he followed a similar erroneous detour to Nasser, losing nearly 12 minutes in the mini buggy, but is now only 16 seconds back from his Qatari rival in the general standings. Yazid Al-Raji has been enjoying his return to Toyota and driving on home territory. The Saudi Arabian driver was 5th quickest today and is still 4th overall. An outstanding drive today by Pierre Lachaume. Last year in Peru he found himself privateer Peugeot teammates with Sébastien Loeb, an amateur mixing it up with the pros. 4th quickest today and currently P10 overall. Dakar regular Giniel de Villiers has finished every one of the last 16 entries, including that victory back in 2009, and the empty quarter is a throwback to similar terrain during the African era. He was 3rd quickest today, still 6th overall. Ex-biker Pshegonsky proved his prowess on 4 wheels, finishing 4th on last year's Dakar. Today the Pole grabbed his 2nd top 3 stage time of the rally, showing great pace in the 4x4 Mini and good navigation from new co-driver Timo Gottschalk, despite being out of overall contention. But today's curtailed stage was utterly dominated by the crew of Mini Buggy 305, Carlos Sainz and Lucas Cruz. Despite struggling to find a waypoint and damaging the buggy a little, it was a massive stage win by over 3 minutes. 4th scratch for the Spaniard, 35th career stage win and a very comfortable lead. It was a great stage for me, very tricky, complicated terrain in the sand with bad visibility. I had to be very careful. The race is still long and it can change from one day to another. A particularly impressive stage time for Carlos Sainz, and he'll be relieved to see that neither of his chief rivals made the stage top 5. In fact, Al Attiyah was 17th. Which is ominous for the reigning champion, who now has Petterhansel only 16 seconds behind. Carlos Sainz has a cushion of 18 minutes in the lead, with only 2 stages left. But don't forget, tonight the crews are alone to make their own repairs. No service crew on hand. The marathon regulations could easily bite back.
Onto the SSVs, where Gerard Fares had a solid outing. After mechanical nightmares on stage 8, he was 3rd quickest today. Disaster though for Chaleco Lopez. He lost around an hour after an early puncture. The Chilean's chances of defending his crown taking a serious hit, and good news for Sergei Karyakin, the Russian moving up to 2nd place overall. Well, the overall leader, Casey Curry, now has an advantage of 46 minutes as he bids for his first Dakar crown. It was a great day for America all round. Blade Hildebrand was just a shade behind the stage winner, his teammate, Mitchell Guthrie.
Mitch got first today, got second, I was 25 seconds behind him, so it's a good day. Another team win, so that's 4 in a row, so trying to keep the ball rolling till the end. It was a good day. Came stage win today, so that was great, but I don't know if it really counts that much because it was shorter. So really happy with the result, but my first marathon stage now, so we have to get back and repair a couple things, but we'll be good to go for tomorrow.
Guthrie and Hildebrand no longer part of the standings where the gaps are really opening up. Could we be on course for a Stars and Stripes double with Brabec and Curry?
I love racing in Baja, I love racing short course, I love racing everywhere, but this is what I feel I'm very good at. Americans, like the way we race in Baja, I mean, it's like a full send because you only got one chance to make it happen. So no matter what happens the next day, it doesn't matter, like you're going home.
There are two versions to Casey Curry, the one before and after his first Dakar.
I actually met Ricky Brabec and his trainer in the sand dunes in Glamis, and his trainer was like, "You're never gonna do good without having a navigator and help without training." And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I went to the car and it was miserable. Right after that, I called Ricky and got a hold of Jimmy, and I was like, man, I need to work with you guys. I have to have a better program.
A choice that was instrumental in his progression.
I wouldn't say that I've changed my style of driving, but I feel that I have changed the way I look at rally versus it being a single day event. I guess the way I set up a car, the way I feel I drive a car, there's now days that I know how to drive faster sometimes and slower others. But I also know that you cannot be hard on yourself or the team because look, if you have a bad day on day 3, 4, 5, you still can win it on 7, 8, 9.
So far so good for Curry, ambitious but serious as he leads the way.
The mindset's different. I think I needed a reset. I've never been in this situation, and I feel now, it's game on. We're going to go and try to win this thing every day. We're going to focus on doing the best we can every day.
2 days to go, and Curry has a lead of 46 minutes.
It's only a matter of time before an American wins it, and hopefully it's one of us.
This is From Zero to Dakar, Part 2, in Saudi Arabia.
You okay? It's okay. Yes? Yes, no worries. We will fix it.
Un domingo cualquiera, cuando sueltes las cadenas, la vida florecerá, y volverá este brillo a tus ojos. ¡Canta, señor Duro! Cantaremos, bailaremos, cantaremos, bailaremos, por lo bueno, por lo malo, por lo bueno, por lo malo, por los días que se fueron, por los días que se fueron, por la gente que está lejos en Arabia.
Having crashed out of the Dakar on his debut last year, Skylar Howes is enjoying a superb 2020 in the bikes. The American's currently the top-ranked privateer, running 8th overall for Klimchi Racing. The only riders ahead of him belong to the Honda, Husqvarna and KTM factory teams. A former national champion and winner of the Sonora Rally, the 27-year-old will definitely be a rider to keep an eye on in coming editions. Dakar 2020 began with a total of 75 participants from Spain, but the rally-mad country only have a solitary entrant in the quads class. This is Tony Vingut's first crack at the world's toughest rally, and he's currently the leading rookie on his Yamaha Raptor 700. The Ibiza native even enjoyed his best stage result today, 7th, and he's running 9th overall. Now Lithuania made headlines on stage 1 as Vaidotas Zala claimed a stunning win in the cars, and an excellent Dakar continues for the Baltic nation. Despite being a country of just 2.8 million people, Lithuania entered 5 car crews and 3 of their drivers are currently in the top 20 overall. Zala is 16th, a place ahead of Benediktas Vanagas, with Antanas Juknevicius in 20th. Arūnas Gelesninkas, meanwhile, is running 30th in the bikes.
Well, they call it the empty quarter, but it's definitely full of trucks today. A lot of lost time for Siahe Vyazovic in the first part of the stage meant he was riding with the help of Maz teammate Alexandra Vasilievsky. It's been an inconsistent Dakar for Martin Macik's Czech crew in the Big Shock Iveco Power Star, currently hovering just outside the top 5, 7th quickest today. Patrice Garouste is used to racing in traffic. He's an ex-circuit racer and recently switched from SSVs to trucks. His learning curve this year has been impressive, 6th quickest time today. Now, if you watch the Renault truck of Gert Huzink, it's clearly getting the truck equivalent of a slipstream from that Kamaz Master, even if it is in a slightly more bumpy part of the route. Still, tucking in with a blue peloton helped the Dutch crew to a 4th quickest time today. In fact, Huzink beat rally leader Andrei Karganov in the stage, preventing a Kamaz top 4 lockout. Nonetheless, Karganov maintains his grip on the Dakar 2020 leaderboard with a half-hour margin to 2nd place. The title-winning streak may be over for Nikolaev, but the team player continues to bang in the good times. The all-Kamaz top 3 separated by only 1 minute 30. Dmitry Sotnikov, 2nd quickest today, has made steady progress back into the top 5 since dropping back to 15th on stage 3. While rising star Anton Shibolov, contesting only his 4th Dakar, bags another stage win. That's 3 and looks on target for 2nd place, his first podium. As with the rest of the competitors, the stage was neutralised at the midpoint, meaning a longer liaison section along the old oilfield access routes for the journey to Šiubaita. The second half of the marathon, stage 11, Thursday, is a slingshot back northwest from Šiubaita to Harad. But it won't be a simple case of retracing today's tracks. This is the vast, empty quarter, remember. Nothing but shifting sand in all directions. Leave no trace. The 379 competitive kilometres of the penultimate stage awaits. Join us tomorrow as Dakar 2020 continues.